Hello! Welcome to another Video Wednesday with Therese. I'm so excited for this one. I've been super nervous for like a week, but I finally decided, well, for like my life. But I finally decided, I was like, you know what, we're going to do it. So I went on Facebook and I asked a bunch of people, I was like, hey, what do you want to hear me talk about? Because I want to do talking videos, not just singing videos. So here I am doing a talking video. I got like 7 replies, which is like more than I could have ever hoped for. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's still like, or 8. It's more than I was ready for. So I picked one of these, number 4. So Christine Arnold is my first winner video, right? And I thought it would be a really good bridge from me singing to me talking, because her video was vocals, singing tips, and then she also said like things that our boyfriends do. So we're just going to skip over that, but we're going to go over vocal and singing tips for Christine Arnold today. So I basically just pulled 3 different YouTube videos that I watch when I need help, and I'm just going to sort of go through them really loosely, and then I'm going to link them in the bottom, and so you're going to see them down there in the comments, or not the comment section, in the summary and stuff like that. So there's a link to each one of these videos, and I really do think that they work, and I really do think that you should use them. So the first video that I'm going to go over is this one. It's literally just called Professional Vocal Warm-Up. And so this guy does a really cool professional vocal warm-up, and he's got like G, right? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different points that he makes in this thing. So I'm just going to roughly go through them. So the first thing that he does in this professional vocal warm-up, and one of the things that he says in this video is that you should take a song that you really like, that you sing all the time, and sing it, and then do this warm-up, and then sing it again, and see like how it sounds after. And so I think it's really cool. So first, I'm going to do that. So like, some people live for the fortune, some people live just for the fame. That's pretty good. So professional vocal warm-up, right? Body on. He says to do a body on. So the whole point of singing and stuff like that, normally you should be standing right now, but I don't have like a camera that'll go up that far yet. So forcing yourself to yawn and like feeling all of that space in the back, like it's like the first thing that like people will have you do, right? 2, allow a gentle cough. So most vocal teachers and stuff like that will tell you like, don't cough, don't do anything, like literally if you have phlegm in your voice, like squeeze it out, like swallow it, whatever you have to do to not irritate your vocal cords. But this guy says, hey, look, you're not going to ruin your voice, just allow a gentle cough to figure out where that support you need is coming from, right? So so when you do your gentle cough, this part flexes. That's your diaphragm, right? So when your diaphragm flexes, your body's like, oh, this is where you want the air to come from. So first we're yawning and we're opening it up. Then we're supporting from underneath and we're allowing a gentle cough, right? And then he says throat space, right? So you're trying to open this up, right? And his 3rd point is lip roll. So he does a lip roll up to down. So right? And so that's just to open this up. So what I have learned about lip rolls is that the way that the air goes through your vocal cords clears it up like so perfectly that like it helps just sort of like get it all into focus. So lip roll is like a really good exercise. Like if you're in the car and you're on the way to an audition, like stuff like that, and other ones that I will point out too, and I might use in my like my theater experience video that I'm going to do down the line. Shout out to Kurt who posted that comment. So doing a lip roll up to down, and then right, what happens is your face starts to like do stuff. And so the next thing that he says to do is to shake your face with the lip roll. So he says, just like a horse, right? And so regardless of how stupid you feel in these videos, like it's really, really awesome when you just like, because what this does is it accesses this muscle so intently when you shake your face that it cannot like tense up and like do that thing with your voice where you're like, ah, you know? And so what's really nice about it is like just getting your face to shake. It's like you've located the space. We've found where we want the air to come from, right? We're now opening up our throat and we're just getting it used to singing. And then we're taking that and we're just like really directing it towards something. So it's really cool because when you shake your face, right? And you do a lip roll, it totally just doesn't access any of that tension. So head to chest voice, they want you to go up to down, lip roll with your head, and then they want you to go down to up, right? And so the thing that happens too, like I said about like tension and like all of these videos will point out, is that when you go up, right, and you feel that tension, then your throat clenches up. And so the trick that he does is literally, you're going to go chest voice to head voice. We're going to go, and but what you're going to do is you're going to take your shoulders and you're going to tense them up. And then when you start singing, you're just going to drop them down. So, and he does this a couple times. Right? And so you're just dropping these down. And so that action right there gets rid of the tension once again. It's just like literally telling your body like, hey, we can do this without all this tension happening up here, you know? Frankie says relax, okay? So the last thing that he says to do is literally like after all of that, you stand up and you bend your knees, and as you go like low to high, like you're bending low to up. And so it's like, it's literally just teaching your body like, none of these things have anything to do, like none of this tension has anything to do with like what I want you to do. So after doing all of those vocal warm-ups, he says, sing a song that you love again. And so it's like after activating all of those things, and even though I just did it very slowly and like it's like a 15-minute video. So watch it, it's so good. But it's like, some people think live for the fortune. Some people live just for the fame. And it's like, I just feel like everything is open. I don't know. It could just be a trick, but whatever. Okay. The second video that I'm going to go over is called How to Find Your Natural Singing Voice. And so this girl I think is so cute because she literally gets up at like midnight or whatever, and she's like, I just have to do this video, like I'm super tired, whatever, and she's super cute and whatever, but she has 3 different points in her video. So her first point is that if you want to find your natural singing voice and you want to try to not imitate what other people are doing, right? So that's very easy. Like in that song I was just singing by Alicia Keys, like, some people live for the fortune. Some people live just for the fame. See how you can like mess up your face to like imitate what they're doing, because you're doing what they're doing with their face. That's how that sound was coming out. And so what she recommends is if you want to find your natural singing voice and you don't want to imitate all of these people that have beautiful ways of doing things but aren't your way of doing things, so you're going to get discouraged by not being able to accomplish it, right? She says, 1, hum, because you can't lie when you're humming. It's just your natural tone. It's just literally what's going to come out. So, trick about humming, by the way, don't close your teeth. Keep your mouth open. Your mouth needs to look like this, huh? With your mouth closed, basically. So, some people live for the power, yeah. Some people live just to play the game. I don't know, it's so good. I love that song so much. So, so your natural tone comes through because it's your voice. Like, there's no lying, there's no changing your face, there's no anything. That's your natural tone. So if you take a song and you hum it, you're going to get that placement that you want right here and here so that you can just sing it like you. The second thing that she says to do is to sing a song from an artist that you don't know. Now, I haven't done this yet, but basically find a song that you're not familiar with. You haven't heard their voice enough to start imitating what they're doing, right? And you sing that song with the music. And she does a really good example of this, but it's basically like learning how to sing a song like you and not sing a song like someone else. And like you could even do this exercise with like a song that you know very well maybe, and like try really hard not to imitate it and do something else. But I think it's a really good idea to go for something that you don't know, so you can't even go back or think about what they would do. You just come up with your own thing, and so that's really cool. Her third thing is don't make facial expressions. So her trick was like, okay, well, if you really are still getting stuck, like whatever, and you want to sing like yourself, like don't allow your face to move at all, right? And so it'll seem boring or whatever, but really it's your voice that comes through. So like, some people live for the fortune. Some people live just for the fame. Some people live for the power, yeah. It really forces you to make sure that you have enough air, what I realized on that like third line was that because I didn't have enough air and I wasn't able to manipulate with my face to like push it out a little bit more, it was like, ooh, you better focus on getting some air in there, girl. Anyway, so watch that video. It's super, super cute. How to find your natural singing voice, 3 easy hacks, okay? By Ama Zane channel, okay? And that first one, the professional vocal warm-up, that was by Eric Arsenault. And so I will try, yeah, I mean, they're all linked in the bottom, so you'll be able to find them. But yeah, so the third video that I want to go over that I thought was really important and really amazing, it's literally called, where is it? How to find your singing belt. It's Madeline Harvey. How to find your singing belt. So something that sucks is, not sucks, but like when you're learning how to sing, you learn all about the support, you learn about everything, whatever, and then suddenly you get to like belting. And what sucks is that people tell you if you learn how to belt incorrectly, you can actually ruin your voice so heavily that you don't get to sing anymore. Just like Julie Andrews. Not that that's what happened to her, but she did get surgery for her vocal nodes and then it ruined her voice forever. That's what happened. So you cannot you cannot belt incorrectly. And so one of the things that I wanted to learn is how to find your singing belt. And so one of the things that this girl teaches that I think is really cool, so it's like after warming it up and getting your body physically ready and then finding your natural singing voice and being like, okay, this is like where I'm pretty much at. Then how do we take it and we just like yell it out into the world, right? Excuse me. So she has 4 different points in her video and she goes really in depth and she does a really good job of explaining all of these things and whatever. And so instead of doing every single thing that each of them did, I'm linking the videos so that you can watch those on your own, but I'm going to tell you like the sum ups here so that you can be like, oh, maybe that's the video I want to go watch instead of this one or that one or whatever. So other tips, right? So support from underneath. So that's the same thing as like coughing and finding that down here, like supporting from underneath. But the trick that she does is she takes the supporting from underneath and she takes the humming from the second video and she basically goes for 4 counts, she supports from underneath. So and she just finds that, right? And so she does that. And I think that's really cool because, like I said, right, you're taking the hum from that second video, your natural tone, and you're taking the support, right, that you normally need in any sort of singing situation. So, and then you're adding those two together, and so supporting from underneath. So I think that's really cool. Then B, bounce the sound. And so the way that she does this, which I think is really cool, is she goes like, say hey, like as to a lover, or as to like someone who's like cute, like hey, 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 hey. And she does that like over and over again. And so it accesses like that same part of your throat right here, right? Hey, hey, because what it's doing is it's taking the sound and it's kicking it to that top little part and it's going, hey, hey. And instead of focusing it out there, what you're actually doing is you're focusing it right here so that it echoes perfectly. Hey, hey. So the third thing she does is add the cries. So she does this thing that I've actually never seen anyone do, besides this video, as far as I know, where she literally cries like a baby. So, wah! Wah! That's probably like really annoying to hear really close up. Wah! Wah! And what that does is it literally locates like that part of your voice. Wah! Wah! Right? So that when you're up on high scales and stuff like that, like basically she does with that cry is she takes it and she goes, wah! And there's a normal part of your voice where I think everyone has, it's called like the break of your voice basically, where like from your chest voice to your head voice to your low voice, your chest voice, there is like a break. There's a point where your voice wants to switch and instead of singing like, nah, it wants to be like, ah. And so what you're trying to do is you're trying to bridge that gap, and you're trying to make sure that like there is no break, because that's the secret, right? Being able to just sing across it and have no one know. So she does this cry, and I think it's really cool because she takes this and she like, you are accessing your nasal passage, you're accessing these things here, right? After that, bouncing the sound, and after adding the cry, wah! Wah! You're finding that part of your face, and I think it's really cool. So after adding the cry and finding the break and all that stuff and just getting that like sound to like get out and far, the last thing that she does is she says engage the chord. So most people and vocal teachers and stuff like that will tell you that you're not supposed to use your vocal fry. Your vocal fry is basically what I'm talking in the majority of the time, because I follow the rules. But it's that grudge sound or the ring sound, like So what she wants you to do is she wants you to engage the chord by taking your vocal fry through to the chord. So you start on your vocal fry, and take it through to the chord. Because as you like push the air through, basically what you're doing is you're taking all of those notes and you are like just sort of like, I think it's literally tuning your vocal cords. Like I think that's literally what you're doing. You're taking the sound and you're just kind of like like just kind of tying little bows everywhere and being like, oh, this, yep, good, okay, and like going all the way up. So obviously, other things that matter about singing are like drinking water. What I found out that I thought was insane about drinking water and singing is that your body, when it gets dehydrated, the first thing that it pulls water from, because it thinks it's the least important thing, right, is your skin and then your vocal cords. So, like, legit, if you're trying to sing and you're having a bad singing day, legitimately think about the amount of water that you have had. Because the first thing it's going to do is it's going to unhydrate your skin. And then second, it's going to take away the moisture here. So if you're having a bad singing day, or you know that you're going to have a singing day the next day, chug a butt ton of water, okay? Because that's another thing that's really going to help, just any sort of moisture in here, right? And I'm a hypocrite. I definitely don't drink as much water as I'm supposed to. I smoke cigarettes. Like, I by no means do all of these things, but they are important and they are real. So if you want to get better at singing and you want to have a good singing day, I have noticed that when you drink water the day before, it'll work, because that's how water works, right? Water works the day before. So if you drink water, if you drink water all day today, you're not really going to feel the benefits today, but tomorrow you're going to feel like 110. Okay, so that means that drink water the day before, get those vocal cords ready. I am also linking a video on how your vocal cords work, just so that you can see something like that. So if you want to go in and watch all of that, there's like really cool visuals on like your diaphragm and everything, and like your vocal cords and how they open up and like how they move together and stuff like that. And I think that's really cool. Like when you're really trying to hone in on an instrument, most of the time, like with a car or a part or something, you take it apart and you look at it and you figure out how it all works together. But this is our voice. So it's right here for us. So it's hard to like identify what's really going on inside. And so it's nice to look at, what is this actually doing? What does this body part actually work like? How does it look? How does it feel? All this stuff, so that when you are using this instrument, you can be like, oh, I know what that is. I know what it's doing. I know what's opening up right now. And even though it's crazy and weird and kind of gross, actually, if you're watching it, it's still really freaking cool. So videos I'm linking: Professional Vocal Warm-Up by this guy, Eric Arsenault. I hope I'm saying that right. Then How to Find Your Natural Singing Voice, and that's Anne Zane channel. Then How to Find Your Singing Belt, Madeline Harvey. And then I am linking a video on how your vocal cords work. And I will have the name under there as well for that too. So we'll have all of that linked. Thank you so much to Christine Arnold for giving me this first video that I could do talking because I am so excited. I don't necessarily know what to talk about all the time, but I do love talking. I have a lot to say. So, if you want to continue to give me the opportunity to speak to you and you enjoy these videos and whatever, then like, subscribe, whatever, send these to your friends, and we'll continue talking. So next Wednesday's video is going to be for Kurt Wolf. And it's talk about your experience in theater and offer any advice to people who are interested in getting into theater. So I'm actually really excited about that video, and that's going to come up next week. So thank you to Kurt for our next topic. Thank you to Christine for this one. Thank you to everyone who is listening. Here we are. This is my dream. I just want to talk. I just want to podcast. I just want to help people. And I couldn't not. So here we are. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna go for it. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go before I get too nervous.